So it's been a while since I've been on here venting to you guys as I do, mainly about the health system. But tonight I'm venting about Ndis. Mum finally got approved in December last year for chronic pain, osteoarthritis, and scoliosis. And Mum's doctor put also congestive heart failure / lymphedema, which can affect Mum's osteoarthritis, as well as COPD and complex PTSD. She was only approved for the chronic pain. And sorry if you see all this is just contact dermatitis. It's really drove me up insane. Now, I've been trying to get Mum these air compression wrap machine thing that they use in the hospital for lymphedema. And you can get them on the Ndis. And I've been trying to get this for her. I've got all the evidence. I've got an oncologist letter saying that she needs them and will improve her quality of life. I got a letter from her GP saying the lymphedema around her knees in particular can flare up her osteoarthritis, making it difficult for her mobility and her cognitive function. I also got it from the OT at Blacktown Hospital, in fairness to her. She did one as well as the private one for the Ndis. So I did all the right things. And this Tabitha from Ndis say it was denied because it's a medical condition. So is chronic pain. So is osteoarthritis. It's a medical condition. So I basically said to her, so if my mum dies from overloaded fluid because she's not getting the help at home and she's now admitted in doing palliative care treatment because of a late diagnosis of melanoma in her right arm, that's another story for another day. But I rather have her home as much as possible rather than back and forth to Blacktown. And she hasn't been back at Blacktown for 2 months. Fingers crossed it's a lot more. And then, this is what gets me. Mum's support coordinator calls me and said this Tabitha told that she's from the Ndis. This Tabitha told her to use Mum's incontinence, the continence pads, use that for the assistive daily living funding and not the consumables. And the support coordinator goes, well, I can't. That's fraud. Pads are consumables. That's why Mum got approved for the incontinence for Medicare. Why can't she be approved of that? And it was admitted from both OTs that she needs this to assist her quality daily living, to assist her quality of life. So why are you denying her access to a lymphedema machine and incontinence supplies when she really needs it? So now the support coordinator and I are going through Michelle Rowland's office because she's the federal member for the Ndis, and they're actually really helpful. They're going through a member of the NDIA who is a complaints officer for the ministerial department. And I explained to this guy at Michelle Rowland's office, and I said to him what Tabitha told us. And he goes, unless it's in writing from this person in the ministerial department, I'm not going to believe a word this Tabitha is saying because it's not an email, it's only verbal, blah, 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 blah. So he's going to follow it up tomorrow, but I'm just really getting sick and tired of the fact that everyone's saying the Ndis needs a big overhaul, and while I agree, I think it needs to be on unregistered providers. And it needs to be like in childcare. Every childcare centre gets approved and then they have to do a audit every 3 years to see where the standards are, if they're met or if they're exceeding expectations, things like that. That's what the providers should be doing. They should have every year someone goes out to them, inspect all the paperwork, etc., etc. It shouldn't be the participants who are suffering from disabilities that they didn't ask for. It shouldn't be up to them to be punished because Labor is incapable of reining and spending. And as such, they're not getting the help that they need. Shame on you, Albo, for doing this. Shame on you, Mark Butler, for doing this, and anyone else who's part of the Labor team, because you guys are not helping disability people that need it. The only time I went to Michelle Rowland's office, she actually has helped us in the past. She actually helped us get on the Ndis, which I'm grateful for. That's why I'm trusting Michelle Rowland's. But Albo doing a lot of cutting on our NDIS, which granted is warranted for some of the reasons, particularly for fraud and siphoning money and things like that. However, you are making the participants struggle, and it is affecting their daily life. It is affecting how they go about their business. It's affecting the carers and family members like myself, who it's hard seeing them struggle without the correct assisted devices. And I don't want mum to have to go back and forth for hospital visits where it could be managed at home. So I want to know if you guys are struggling with the NDIS, if the carers are struggling and not getting support. I want to know what you guys are doing about it. We need to do a royal commission into the NDIS in terms of the provider side and then the spending and especially in the NDIS itself, because this Tabitha from NDIS told my mum's support coordinator to use the assistant daily living instead of consumables for mum's incontinence pads. That is giving her misleading information. And if that support coordinator didn't think to herself, hang on, that's fraud. So a member from the NDIS is telling her to commit fraud, despite the overhaul. It is wrong. It is disgusting. And I want to hear if other people who are on the NDIS, from carers, from family members, from the participants themselves, if you guys are getting the same crackdown, stupid nonsense. And I don't know if we need to do a petition in terms of getting a royal commission into the overview on the NDIS themselves and the advice they are giving to people, because that is ridiculous. So that's where I've been. And I'll talk to you guys another time. Bye.